What is going on, Culture Crew? If you're new here, my name is Luis Leiva and I love teaching you guys how to make money. Today we're gonna cover some really important stuff. I'm gonna tell you about 3 stocks that I'm buying heavily right now because all of the signs are all over the place that these are going to do really well. But first, we're going to talk about what is going on in the world that is leading up to these stocks and being such good investments. So number 1, we have vaccines being rolled out to billions across the world, which is driving the economies upwards. There's so many countries out there besides the United States who are still in lockdown, and because of these vaccines, now everyone's going to be going back to work and hopefully getting productivity back, and there's going to be a lot of new opportunities coming along because of what we've learned through this pandemic. So that's one of the reasons why it's still stable. The other reason is because the Fed has continuously stated that they have our back. I don't know if it's they have our back or they're just going to continue to print more money to help themselves as well, but they're going to continue to uphold the economy with as much money as we need. Which brings me to my next point. Tomorrow is going to be a humongous catalyst for stocks. I guarantee you that much, so keep an eye on it. Joe Biden is going to be announcing his new recovery plan, and I'm very sure he's going to be announcing $2,000 stimulus checks, if not more. There's going to be a lot of other programs that are going to be rolled out too that are going to help businesses. I'm sure they're going to help food stamps, a lot of other things. But what that's going to do in the long run is it's going to create more inflation. And that reflects directly a lot of times in the value of stocks. So there's 3 stocks that I'm going to talk to you guys about today that are going to crush it, guys, not only in January. I guarantee you that in January, these stocks are going to do really well in the short term. But in the long term, at the end of this year, which is still kind of short term, at the end of this year, guys, I'm talking about 2 to 3x on some of these. So now let me just get started and tell you what I have in store for you. Number 1, the first one that I want to talk to you about. This one has been on my radar for a while, but more recently now because I've been looking and searching more into the cryptocurrency space, and I'm looking for other alternatives besides just cryptocurrency that will benefit from cryptocurrency. And the first one that I want to talk to you about is Square. Square is a company that helps businesses grow their businesses. They're in the commerce industry. So for instance, if I was starting a company today and I wanted to accept payments, I can use Square, right? They can help me pretty much set up my whole entire e-commerce business if I wanted them to. And a lot of people don't know this, but Square actually owns Cash App. And Cash App has one of those things that's called the network effect. The network effect is basically when I tell my friends about something and I tell them to use it because I'm using it, and before you know it, the thing explodes. Just like a lot of network marketing companies, their way of doing business is the same way. So this has it built into its model, into its business, its core business, which is Cash App. Well, oh, let me pay you. Do you have Cash App? Oh, no, I don't. What's Cash App? Oh, well, let me tell you, it's the best way for you to actually get money back and forth. But the other thing about Cash App is that you're able to trade Bitcoin on there now. You're able to actually not only trade Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin and sell Bitcoin, but you're also able to send Bitcoin to other people, which is going to bring on an additional $1 billion to Square if Bitcoin goes to $100,000. But even if Bitcoin doesn't go to $100,000, if Bitcoin actually goes down from its previous highs and it stays at, let's say, 35,000, more or less where it is right now, it's still going to 4x the amount of revenues they made last year. So those are humongous numbers. So if you liked Square before, and remember guys, a lot of times when you're out and about and you're just living life, we don't pay attention. But ever since Square has been on my radar, I see people collecting payments with Square portals, you know, those little tablet things, and swiping those little things that you swipe your credit card in. I see them everywhere. I see their branding. I also saw the Jack Dorsey, I think that's his name. He was interviewed on YouTube, and man, this guy, he knows his stuff. This guy's sharp. So I'm seeing all the signs out there, guys, that this is going to be a good one, and especially now because Bitcoin is positioned to rally, and Square, I feel, is going to be like a staple. And if you want a business now or 10 years from now, I feel Square is going to be pivotal. Like, it's going to be like a necessary thing. And the beauty about them is that they're really tech driven, so they're just going to continue to innovate and innovate and innovate as time goes by. Currently, right now, it is trading at $230. A lot of analysts have this as a buy, and they think it's going to go up to $300 very soon. My opinion is that this stock would probably go minimum $300, probably closer to $350. But guys, I'm telling you right now, if they add another $1 billion to their revenue, this stock can hit the moon. It could 2x easily. So right now, it might be a great buying opportunity. I actually put in a buy for that one this morning, but my order never got filled because the stock just kept climbing and climbing and climbing today. So I had to buy it afterwards after the market opened. But don't let that happen to you. If you guys want to buy your stock, if you end up doing your research on it and it's a good fit for you, make sure you lock it in as soon as possible. The next one I want to talk to you about is one that I never thought I'd be looking at. But recently I was watching Financial Education's channel, Jeremy, that guy's a genius, I love that guy. And he brought on my radar Walgreens. Believe it or not, Walgreens, right? It sounds so boring, just like he mentioned. But I did some of my own research on this, and everything he basically said in his video, which if you haven't seen that video yet, I'll link it down below in the description section. This guy just dumped $800,000 of his own money into that stock, and he thinks it could 2x, possibly even 3x. So I said to myself, you know what, Walgreens, really? And pretty much he's on the money, guys. What's happening is this. Walgreens is not just your neighborhood Walgreens. What I found out is that Walgreens is actually operating in 25 different countries. They have 450,000 employees and 21,000 stores. They're a global behemoth. I never even knew that they were that big, which is pretty insane because I've been going to Walgreens all my life. But the major catalysts that they're about to see are the following. As you know, they're going to be distributing the vaccines. And because they're going to be distributing these vaccines all over these stores all over the world, they have a lot of essentials that they have in their stores. And they're geniuses at promoting the ones that make them the most revenue. They have them position the aisles, you know, it's a science. So while people walk in there and walk to the back of the pharmacy to get their vaccinations, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to pick up their toiletries, they're going to pick up their batteries, they're going to pick up a bag of chips, whatever it is that they need, that they're like, oh, I needed that, I forgot. Or let me just grab a Starbucks coffee out of the cooler, you know, whatever it is. But these stores are going to make a killing. Currently right now, Walgreens trading at about $49. And it's been as high as $97 back in 2015. So can it double? Well, absolutely it could double because it's been double before. But if you take into account inflation and the huge catalyst it's about to get, then absolutely it could double, if not triple, just like Jeremy said. The other great thing about this company that they just did is that they just took a major stake in a company by the name of IA. IA, I'm not going to bore you to death with what they do, but basically they automate the whole pharmaceutical process. So, you know, basically you go to the doctor, then the doctor asks you, you know, what pharmacy are you with? And then they have to call in you have to call in your order, or they have to place your order, and then you have to drive to the pharmacy afterwards. Well, with the new IA way of doing things, it's not AI, it's IA. IA is the name of the company. They basically automate the whole process. So they already have information on you. They know where your pharmacy is. They know what you're going to need. They have your payment already on hand. Everything is pretty much done. You don't even have to probably go into the pharmacy. It'll probably meet you at your house. You know, I don't have too much details on it just yet, but I do know that it's basically like a CRM for the pharmaceutical industry. So they're trying to compete with the Amazons of the world, because Amazon is trying to obviously do pharmaceuticals too. You know, Walmart does pharmaceuticals. Like a lot of other competition is already here. I mean, I'm gonna say it's coming, it's already here. So they have to modernize their business to meet 2021 standards. If they want to continue being this global behemoth that they are, if they want to continue being a household brand, they have to start thinking outside of the box and doing the things that most other small pharmaceutical stores and mom and pop shops are not going to be doing. So that is, I think, a huge in the right direction. And the stock, guys, I think is going to blow up. I don't know, but I put my money into it. So I'm going to continue also growing my position in that, because I do think it's going to be big, and especially into the spring months and summer months, man, I see that one blowing up. The last one I want to talk to you guys about is one that I've been so excited for I would say the better part of this year, but I have not had the opportunity to invest in them because they're an over-the-counter stock, which means they're a penny stock. Okay, that's a fancy way of saying they're a penny stock. Very high risk, but also very high reward. But I personally feel that this company is already out of the woods. I feel like they are a much safer company with real revenue possibilities coming real soon and expansion already on the horizon. And the company I want to talk to you about, guys, is Planet 13. If you've never heard of this before, well, basically what they do is they run a humongous operation. I think it's 57,000 square feet in Las Vegas. It's basically a dispensary for Mary Jane, right? So the reason why I like this company so much is because they're not only like, how would I say, like a place where you can go and get high or whatever the case may be. It's actually a place that is also thinking about how they can expand. So they've already found a second location in Santa Ana, California, but they also have their own products, guys. And the reason why I'm excited about the products is because once legalization hits the country, which I think it's on the horizon because we have a complete democratic government now. So that means that the chances of legalization coming within the next 4 or maybe 8 years are very high. And if that happens, guys, oh my God, this company is going to do phenomenally well. Compared to the agricultural industry that only grew about 28% this year, well, Planet 13 has grown 237% in the last 12 months. And if you would have bought it during the crash, during the pandemic, well, you would probably been up about 700% right now. So this company, guys, is no joke. And if you've ever stepped foot inside, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. Leave it down below in the comments. But not only that, guys, one other thing that they just did just yesterday is that they raised $50 million for the company, which that deal is going to close on February 2nd. And they basically sold some stock and some warrants, and they're getting $50 million, guys. What do you think they're gonna do with those $50 million? They're gonna continue to grow their footprint. They're already growing another 57,000 square foot place in Santa Ana, California. If you haven't heard, New Jersey got legalized not too long ago, and that's right there next to New York. So maybe a place might be going up there pretty soon. But all I know, guys, is that the more great reputation they keep growing for themselves, the better possibilities that they're going to be the #1 place. They're almost going to be like the McDonald's, or they're going to be like the Cheesecake Factory of the MJ world once these things actually become part of our fabric here in the United States. So that one, guys, I'm telling you right now, is probably going to be my biggest winner. And the reason why I haven't bought them until recently is, #1, because of the legalization thing wasn't that much of a real possibility until now. The stock actually did go a lot higher once we found out who the winner was for the election, but it's come down a little bit since then. So I do think that this is a good entry point. But not only that, but you actually need to be trading on a platform that allows you to buy over-the-counter stuff or penny stocks. For me, it's TD Ameritrade. I'm not sure if you guys have Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, or Charles Schwab, something like that. Unfortunately, you can't do it on most exchanges like Robinhood or WEBULL. So if you guys have an alternative ones, that's why I always say you should keep a couple different ones, then you're gonna wanna try to buy it on there. Now, this is not advice. I'm just telling you guys to do your own research. And if it makes sense for you, then go ahead, guys, and hit that button. And also, while you're hitting buttons, you want to hit a button on the screen right down here. It's a little thumb, it's gray. Make sure that thing turns blue, because I put a lot of research into putting this video together for you guys, so you could hopefully get some information that'll get your gears going and then put some money in your pocket. So tell me, guys, what do you think about the 3 stocks that I just talked about today? Let me know, leave it down in the comments. Let me know what you're buying. And not only that, if you're new around here, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted when we do more great videos like this. And if you want to see more content from us, hit one of the videos that's on the screen right now, and we'll see you over there in just a few minutes. Thank you, guys. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video.